Okay, hello everybody. Let's compare the basic three types of cartilage of the human body. The first and most common type is called hyaline cartilage. And it's made of cells called chondrocytes. The chondrocytes are often grouped together Each chondrocyte has a nucleus and mostly white cytoplasm because it contains substances that do not stain, such as glycogen and lipids. Each is surrounded by a more basophilic area of extracellular matrix. It's made of acidic glycosaminoglycans, therefore is basophilic, and this is called basophilic capsule. And the whole groups are surrounded by so-called territorial matrix because it surrounds the whole territory of this group. So we got the chondrocytes, the cells of the cartilage. They contain glycogen and lipid droplets. Each is surrounded by a basophilic capsule, and there is a territory called territorial matrix. This whole group is called isogenous group. So this is an isogenous group, this is another one. And the extracellular matrix among the groups has highly homogeneous appearance in the routine sections in optical microscope. It's among the territories, therefore it's called interterritorial matrix. It's composed of mostly type 2 collagen. It contains glycosaminoglycans such as hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate, and also huge aggregates called proteoglycans such as aggrecan. They bind with lots of water, making the cartilage incompressible and pressure resistant. So the interterritorial matrix is highly homogeneous. In the optical microscope, that's the optical phenomena, because the refraction index of all these components is very similar, giving no contrast. The isogenous groups are just daughter cells of the same cell precursor. The surface of the cartilage is usually covered by a layer called perichondrium. The perichondrium has an outer fibrous layer with type 1 collagen and blood vessels, providing nutrition to the whole cartilage. So this is the outer fibrous layer with type 1 collagen and blood vessels. while the inner layer of the perichondrium contains young cells called chondroblasts that are able to undergo mitotic division, where the progeny of a single mother cell remains together, thus forming new isogenous groups. So these are chondroblasts that undergo mitosis, forming new isogenous groups. This is the inner chondrogenic layer. Of the whole covering called perichondrium. Where in the human body can you find this type of cartilage? It makes most of the fetal skeleton. It makes the groove plates. It makes the articular cartilage. You can find it in trachea, in ribs, and so on. The cartilage is mostly avascular. So it does not contain blood vessels, only the perichondrium does. This is limiting for the metabolic rate of the tissue, which is usually very low, and it depends on diffusion, which is efficient on short distances only. So the cartilage has only little regenerative abilities. Another type would be elastic cartilage. The similar things is that we got chondrocytes also in these isogenous groups, but often they occur also as individual cells. But more interestingly, we got a very complex network of elastic fibers providing elasticity to the cartilage. Additionally, we got also collagen fibers, so let's label it. Well, and of course the ground substance everywhere. Lots of ground substance. So we got isogenous groups here. We got individual chondrocytes. But we got this network of elastic fibers. We got type 2 collagen fibers here. And we got the ground substance. Again, no blood vessels if it's a mature cartilage and not a growing or embryonic cartilage. They are chondroblasts of the inner chondrogenic layer of perichondrium, and there is this type 1 collagen in the fibrous layer of the perichondrium where most of the blood vessels end. Okay. So again, you got these two layers of perichondrium. with chondroblasts in the inner layer. Where in the human body can you find elastic cartilage? It's your external ear, called pinna. You can try it, you can bend it, it doesn't break. It's not fragile, as if it were made of hyaline cartilage. You can find it in the epiglottis. You can find it in the cartilaginous part of the auditory tube. Okay. The third type of cartilage in the human body is the fibrous cartilage. And it pretty much resembles the irregular type of the dense collagenous connective tissue, because it also contains thick fibers of type 1 collagen that run in various directions. So they form a highly complex network, making the cartilage resistant both in compression as well as in stretching. The cells of the cartilage, the chondrocytes, are mostly scattered as individual cells in the gaps, and only exceptionally you can find small isogenous groups. Most of the cells are individual. There is a low amount of ground substance because most of the tissue is occupied by these thick collagen fibers. So we got thick bundles of type 1 collagen. We got mostly individual chondrocytes. They are very rare. And the isogenous groups are even more rare. And there's a small amount of the ground substance. This structure has no well-differentiated perichondrium on its surface because it's all made of type 1 collagen. Where in the human body can you find it? It makes the outer shell of the intervertebral disc called the annulus fibrosus. Annulus fibrosus of intervertebral discs. And it's present in the pubic symphysis. And we should not forget that it forms the articular discs, such as in the temporomandibular joint, and articular menisci. So that's the simple schematic difference, and good luck with the real microscopy classes. Goodbye.